Hello, ladies and gents. Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is my recap for Star Season 3, Episode 12. Lord, this episode was sad. Because you have to, it mirrored real life in multiple ways. And I'm not going to do this in sequential order. I'm going to do it in the order that I see fit. So sometimes that means we'll just go by character order. Sidebar, I have a new video up, Romie Whispers ASMR video up. It's a role play of me playing like a court judge attendant, and it was inspired by the Jussie Smollett situation, so check that out, enjoy. Now, here we go. Here's the thing. Let's start with Simone. So Simone has Angel back, and that's great. That's really good for her. The only problem is that Simone, she's on a different page. Remember, she's partially taking care of Davis, which is Star and Noah's son, and she had sex with Angel. The condom broke. I'm thinking you better rush and take a Plan B pill or something, And throughout the entire episode, we see a different Simone. She's empowered, and that means that she's not just going to go along to get along anymore. I love it. I love that part. While that's happening, though, we'll talk about, I guess we can talk about Cassie. We can talk about Cassie. So Cassie, her issue is this. She still wants to figure out how can they take Xander out of the equation of the record label. And she's working with Maurice to do so. They find this guy named Steven. Steven is like the middleman between Xander and Mateo. And so they actually meet up with Steven at one point. And when I tell you, she beat the snot out of him because he was being disrespectful. And he was like, oh, you're just Xander's ex. I said, do you not know who she is? So she whooped him, and of course Maurice was like, no, stop. And he told her, hey, that's not how I operate. I'm not on that gangsta mess. So if we're going to work together, you cannot go and do that type of stuff. And she just had that look of, oh, okay. Mind you, he told her this before. And before she had that gun ready. But this entire episode, she's been getting calls from her father, and Maurice talked about how important it is for him to have a good relationship with his mother. He tells her at one point that his mother did not like him and always treated him bad because he looked just like his father, who did her wrong. And I said, you know what, that's real. That happens to a lot of people. That's very real. And so she eventually picks up a call, but it's because her father fell again. So when she goes to the hospital, her father, I guess because of the wig or whatever, thinks that she's Carlotta. And he was like, oh, come here, baby. Just sit on Papa's lap. I'll give you an ice cream if you do it. I said, you'll do what? Huh? What? You'll do what? Excuse? But you thought... So when I tell you, Cassie went off. They were in the hospital, so she couldn't do too much. And she said, I'm not going to hurt you because I can't hurt someone who I feel like doesn't have any feelings. I said, ooh. That's powerful. And what he did apologize for, because he did apologize. He apologized for how the relationship with her sister got messed up. I'm thinking, oh, so you remember that clearly, and yet you can't. Okay. So she said goodbye to her father. But before she did that, he told her that Carlotta's son is still alive. I'm thinking, that's going to be a brown baby. So whose child is that? Like, who is that child going to be messed up because of the chromosome? I don't know. I hope it's not someone we know because I'm going to be over it. I'm going to be so over it. Wait a minute. Is he still alive today? Or was he still alive? Because if Carlotta's son ended up being, what's his face, who got killed by cat. I know that's just a theory. I know that's just a theory I just came up with. But they didn't. What's his face? The rich black guy who had the white adoptive parents. We didn't get the backstory on who his parents were. What if that was Carlotta's son? I mean, it's not impossible. I hope not. That'd be kind of lazy, but I hope not. Let's move on to Gigi versus Alex. So Gigi, she always has a battery in her back, but it's partially because of the drugs. The drugs and her aunts. Apparently, they come up with this competition because initially Gigi was, dogging out Alex on her social media. And of course her aunts were the ones filming it because that's what they do. And the bad part is that Gigi was calling Alex's music trash and it's mediocre and she's only where she is because of her father's name. And so then you have Derek telling Alex, don't do anything. Don't do anything. Rise above it. Miss Bruce said, you need to do something fast because this is going to mess up your image, especially with the award nominations around the corner. You have to think about that. So with that being said, Alex decides, why don't I go and challenge her? So she had, someone go and handle her social media, create a fake meeting, invited Gigi, her crew, Maurice, and Alex popped up on all of them and said, why don't we do this? Why don't we go and Club Karma, rent that out, have our fans in there, half of yours, half of mine. We'll play the music. It's a silent headphone party. I realize that. And whoever music does better or is liked more wins. I said, oh, okay, fair enough. So now we have, let's fast forward to Alex is freaking out about that. She's nervous about it because they make two different types of music. Gigi makes, club, hip hop inspired twerk music, and Alex kind of makes more so R&B music, hip hop and R&B music. So it's different tastes. When we're at the club though, things take another turn because Gigi was already having issues with her aunt, and before that, Gigi was trying to do some different music, but her aunt, the light-skinned one, was the one who was constantly telling her, no, I know what's good for you. I know what sells. I'm the one who, remember when you were young and I paid for the studio sessions and did this and did that. And we find out that she was actually an artist herself and she didn't make it because of the drugs and among other things. And so then she kind of put all of the, you have to become a success on her niece. And it was too much. And so she's the one that's been actually giving Gigi the drugs and telling her to do the drugs, and Gigi's mom died from drugs, and Gigi was like, I don't think we should be doing this. And her aunt was like, look, your mother died because she couldn't control herself, she couldn't handle it, she wasn't strong enough, but we know our limits. I'm thinking, huh? Now Alex recorded that entire thing, and so she sent that to Gigi and told her, just back off me, I'm not trying to go and put your mess out there because I know this is serious. Just leave me be. And so Gigi calmed down a little bit. So now by the time they got to the club, things took a turn because Gigi's aunts found out about the video, and Asha, who, if you watch Married to Medicine LA, Asha, who's playing Gigi's other aunt, she, the brown dark skin one, she was kind of had that look in her eye of, when she saw the video. I said, oh no, you better not leak it. Next thing we know, the video was leaked. Not only is the video leaked, Gigi goes off on her light skin aunt, like, this is your fault. You're constantly telling me what I am and what I'm not, and you don't want me to be better. You want me to just be just like you, but I don't want that. Because she was like, get out. And I was happy that she didn't go after Alex, because I thought that's who she was going to send her rage to. But she had an aha moment. Thank God for that. Unfortunately, everyone saw the video, and this is at a huge press event, which caused her to almost have like a meltdown. And the room was spinning, and then she kind of went into her mind for a second, and we saw this black and white. And I liked the song. The video was cool, and what mattered most about the whole thing was it was showing us her mother was addicted to drugs, and her mother only seemed happy when she was on the drugs, and she was just brought up in that environment, and she really didn't know any better, and she was trying to do better, but she was around people that wouldn't allow her to be better. And so then when she cut her aunt off, the next thing we know, we hear this gunshot, and it's the aunt that she told to leave, because the aunt was like, no, this is all I have, the music and you, this is all I have. She shot and killed herself. She shot and killed herself because she just couldn't accept it. And that was terrible. That was terrible. But that was real. A lot of people go through that. Addiction is real. People being judged instead of helped is real. That's a huge thing. It's like, okay, you're an addict. Now what are we going to do? What's the plan? Not the, oh, no. You just need to figure that out yourself. That's not how that works. If they could figure it out themselves, they would have done it. They would have done it. Duh. Anyway. So that was a big part of the show. They gave Gigi actually a lot of the show, which I was a little bit surprised about. The ASAs, the nominations are actually being announced by Cynthia. And I'm doing this all out of order. And because of the incident that happened with Gigi, I think that's why she got one of the nominations. She got a nomination. Take 3 got the biggest nomination for best like pop album or whatever it was. Noah got a nomination with Alex. So they're all in there. Speaking of the ASAs, Rick Ross, the Don, was on this episode. He was on this episode. Apparently, that was actually his mansion, and those were his cars. So that was all real. And they needed a mansion. They needed to go on set, and I said, "Ooh, that party looked nice." And I actually liked Noah and Simone's performance. Yes, Noah and Simone were set to perform at this party for Rick Ross's girl, and the whole premise was, if they can do well at this party, there's a lot of people who are involved with the ASAs there, then that means that they could have a good shot of having better placement at the ASAs, or even getting a nomination. Ooh, excuse me. The ASAs kind of sound like a mix between the Grammys and the VMAs. to me, that's what it kind of gives me a feel of. But let's see, what else? What else do we want to talk about? Star. How are they going to help Star? So Miss Bruce said she has some connections, and is going to figure out a way to see if there's something going on with that judge, because something isn't right here. We find out that the judge was being bribed by yours truly, Charlene. Not Arlene, but Charlene. And she was actually playing a dominatrix. I said, what? Wait, playing a dominatrix, and she was whipping the judge and spanking him and doing all this stuff. They have videos, Cotton and Miss Bruce and Simone were all there. And they said, here's how this goes. We're either going to release this video, or you're going to get Star out of jail. And guess what? Star's coming out of jail in 24 hours. I was nervous though, because I said, anything could happen in that short period of time. Boy, was I unfortunately right. Star was talking to Simone, and she was initially crying. This was before she found out that she was going to get out of jail. She was crying because she misses her baby. She misses her life. She just tells them to keep going, but she just really wants to get out. Like, she knows her baby's taken care of, but still. By the way, Noah is still doing drugs. I mean, he's still taking the oxy, and he convinced his doctor, who told him, hey, take this lithium or something because you were afraid of, getting addicted to the pills. And I was like, I'm fine. Everything's good. I feel okay. I'm saying, you can't trust a potentially former addict when you're giving them something that they can get addicted to. Sorry, that's not how that works. That's irresponsible. That's irresponsible. Fully irresponsible. And because of that, he gets another dosage. Simone noticed, wait a minute, why are you taking? He said, it's prescribed, it's legal. It doesn't mean that it's okay. So she said she has a good eye on him. She has her good eye on him, which is good because, Lord, poor Star. Remember the rough around the edges girl that was mean mugging Star before? Yeah, she got paid by Charlene to go and beat up Star. And Star threw the first punch. I said, Star, no. You left yourself open. No. You don't hit hard enough. We've seen you fight before. No. Star is bark and some bite. That's what sums up Star. So I knew that fight wasn't going to go well. So Star gets her butt handed to her. And basically left for dead. She basically gets left for dead right before she's, the night before she's about to be released. So now it sounds like Star's going to be in a coma. I said, what? Oh, so now take 3. They have their nomination, but Star's in a coma. Let's talk about Noah for a second. Noah reached out to Gigi because, of course, he wanted to see how Gigi's doing. Gigi's not doing well, and she just feels bad because she wanted better for herself and better for her aunt, but her aunt was, an addict, just like her mom, and her aunt cared about this fast life, and Gigi wanted to do things differently, and so she just wishes her aunt could have been there to do things differently with her as well. And she doesn't want to be the same person that she is right now. And she's like, can we change? Can we change? Asking Noah. And I said, this is what Noah needs to hear right now, because Noah is diving deep. He's slowly diving deep. Just because he's not drinking alcohol anymore doesn't mean that he's not diving deep. And I'm thinking, because everyone's telling Noah, yeah, you're doing great out there. Your performances, the nominations, keep it up. Whatever you're doing, keep it up. I said, oh no. Carlotta needs to come back now. Because Carlotta, she will be coming back. She, I think, was in Miami. And she's going to be coming back very soon to make sure everything's running smoothly. I said, Carlotta, look at Noah. You know when he's full of it. Make sure he's good. Because that Star's baby that's potentially in danger now. And where's Jackson? When is he coming back? The tension between Maurice and Cassie is crazy. It's actually funny. It's really funny to watch. It is. I have to acknowledge it is pretty funny to watch. The tension between the two of them. The sexual tension. But they keep it cute. They're not going to go and slip. At least not yet. We'll see how this goes. I just want to make sure, did I miss anything? If I missed anything, just let me know. Gosh, I know I'm missing something. But, oh well. That's all that I felt like talking about. Let me get back to work. Oh yeah, Empire review is up. I actually did another Romie Reports. It's on the Jesse Smollett thing. Yes, I finally broke my silence on that. So that's up. As well as the Long News Wrongs up. As well as, like I said, my new Romie Whispers ASMR roleplay video. Where I am a judge.